Mr. Wall Street. My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want half, I want the whole empire. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the streets. Mr. Wall Street. Mr. Wall Street. My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want half, I want the whole empire. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the streets. Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah, my portfolio's diversified. Ain't got long money, your dough is circumcised. Vested in Euro yens, cop the Euro Benz. Used to have that white girl, you know that European. I'm something like a boss, even when the mic goes off. We good, my vested in Microsoft. They say patience is a virtue, we understand that. That's why it's cake up in my circle. And I'm climbing the charts, Dow Jones, victory lap. Then I get my bow on. While you chase bank, I'm up in Chase Bank. I live on Dun and Bradstreet, and I should thank Fintech.
My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want them, I want the whole damn pie. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the ground. Mr. Wall Street, Mr. Wall Street. My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want them, I want the whole damn pie. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the ground. Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah, I'm on that money horse, American Express. Debitors, buried in your debts. I got a new, her name Merrill Lynch. She got me hooked and addicted like she was heroin. Bad credit, no credit line. You eating off your baby mamas, that fat line. You dudes are starving, no dinner time. I'm eating sirloin steaks and sipping better wine. I hang with brokers, they watch my cheddar climb. His shadow government, the Moorish paradigm. And this is for my legacy. I'm Mr. Wall Street, my money never sleeps.
My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want them, I want the whole damn pie. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the ground. Mr. Wall Street, Mr. Wall Street. My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want them, I want the whole damn pie. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the ground. Mr. Wall Street.
I hustle hard, I'm on my job. I got a new connect, his name Charles Schwab. Old money mixed with new like a rock child. A golden gecko with no financial lockouts. If I'm boxed in, then we gon' box it out. Like Mayweather versus Pop, yeah, but I ain't backing out. I'm weighing in just to lay it on his chin. Plus it's a cash bow. Fat shouts to Michael Milkins. My stock market rap milking that cash cow. So how rich can they truly be when we were shown our vast estates by no Julie?
My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want half, I want the whole damn pie. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the ground. Mr. Wall Street, Mr. Wall Street. My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want half, I want the whole damn pie. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the ground. Mr. Wall Street, Mr. Wall Street. My hustle get this money till the day that I die. I don't want half, I want the whole damn pie. You can see it in my eyes. I'm hard on the ground. Mr. Wall Street.
Goldman Sachs.
How is it going, everyone? Yes, Mr. Wall Street coming back at you guys today. It is April the 16th, and got a lot to cover. But first things first, I want to start with our usual routine. 1 second here as I load up. So we'll go to Bloomberg first. And again, the reason we go to Bloomberg is because we have to look at any geopolitical news, make sure that there's nothing stirring up the hornet's nest, so to speak. So we're looking for black swan events. So right now here it says Trump stirs alarm that he may be giving China a new trade weapon. Now they've been talking about these trade wars and trade talks for a minute, but they're not enough to cause a black swan event. So this step is very, very quick, all right, relatively quick and swift. So from there, we're moving along, and now we're at Forex Factory. So we really don't have much on the docket except for the China news that's pretty much out right now. I would say we have another, you could say 11 minutes or so, or really 9 minutes before you could probably start to engage, 19 minutes. If you want to be a little more aggressive, you may want to wait, roughly, I'd say about 20 minutes or so, 20 minutes before you engage or hop in, because this could be big news that could impact lots of different pairs. Now, right now, I want to take and shed a little bit of light here on New Zealand dollar. We had the consumer price index news that came out, and it was a little bit weaker than expected, just by, you could say, 2% less than what was anticipated. So you can see that it had an impact on one of the trades that we actually called out, and I want to pull it up here. Let's go to the 15-minute or 4-hour, should I say. And if we take a look here, you can see that for a 4-hour, this is a pretty big candle. And again, it came from that news that came out. You can look at any of the New Zealand candles or any of the New Zealand pairs, and you would see that, let's just try to look at 4. Symbols aren't connected, so we can go New Zealand yen, that corner. We'll do New Zealand dollar, this corner. Euro New Zealand in this corner, and if it's Euro New Zealand, that means it's going to be popped to the upside, so it'll be inverse, and you can see that. There it goes. Excellent. So nice little pop to the upside. New Zealand dollar popped to the downside. We already saw New Zealand yen that popped to the downside. Now let's go with Aussie New Zealand. AUD, NZD. You can see on Aussie New Zealand, same thing. Okay, so overall, the New Zealand dollar got extremely weak based on that CPI news. So if you notice, one of the things that we'll be doing as we come into the market and we trade and we look for trade opportunities, I'm always going to be looking at the sentiment. I want to get a good feel of what the market is doing and what news that we have that may be in our way as it pertains to some of the positions that we may be looking at. So I'm going to go back. We'll go back here to one chart, and looking at the 4-hour, go back to New Zealand yen, Y. You can see it looks very similar, but difference is we actually were looking to take a trade opportunity, and our trade opportunity on this one was primarily in this area here. Okay. We wanted to go long. Okay. Wanted to go long in that area. And you can see it went through it, sliced through that area like a hot knife through butter. Now, what are some of the things that you could have done to avoid hopping in this trade and being in there like a sitting duck, waiting with the buy limit order? One of the things you can do, one of the obvious things, one of the things that I like to do to safeguard myself when I'm trading and hopping in positions before, I see what the sentiment is and I'm aware that the opportunity still has high probability of working. One of the things that I like to do is I like to use buy stop orders when I'm typically looking to go long and sell stop orders when I'm looking to short. I also like to take my trades based on certain events happening at certain locations. Now, I also like to avoid events, that's news events, but I'm looking for certain candlestick events, certain patterns to happen at certain locations. And when these candlestick patterns happen at the right location, at the right time, this is when preparation meets opportunity and we're able to go in and make great things happen. So here you can see that it went straight through. We even had at the 75.23 level, and I'm just going to drop it there. That way I can type in the coordinates. 75.23 level. We had a pivot point. Okay. Take the style back there. There was a pivot point here, and price bounced. I'm sorry, didn't even bounce off the pivot point. It went straight through that area, and you can see again why, because of the news that we had that came out. So that's one of the things you definitely want to do to avoid being in a position where trades go against you in a radical fashion. Is making sure you're using the right entry types. Another thing is just avoiding the news when it comes out. Again, news is something that we can see ahead of time with a lot of these pairs, because again, if you go to Forex Factory, we'll know when the news is coming out well ahead of time. I get the news for tomorrow. I can even get the news for April 18th. You can move out and you can see. And April 18th, there's a lot of red news coming out that we have to worry about. But for the most part, today, not much. We only really had 3 major news events that came out today. But you can see that the ones that did come out had a significant impact on the market. So you have to be very, very mindful. This is something that can completely make the plan go awry. All right, where you've done everything right, you've done your analysis, you found yourself a very good trade, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're hit by news. So keep that in mind. So moving along, I want to take a look at tomorrow, because those of you that may be going to sleep, you could be in some positions and you want to tighten up. So anybody who could be in any positions that include the pound cable, all right, the Great Britain pound has news coming out at 1:30 a.m. It's got its consumer price index news coming out. And depending on the actual news, where it comes out relative to where it was forecasted, it could impact the markets. Or the markets, by markets, I mean any pairs that are including the pound pair, right? The pound inside its pair. So we have no idea of knowing exactly what that news is going to be. So the best thing to do is, if you're in positions, if you're in trades, and you're already well in profit, you may just want to tighten up your stop to break even, or well past break even, and maybe put it under a pivot. Or if it's very parabolic, like you're seeing on some of the New Zealand pairs, then you could move your stop to a bar by bar. But we'll go over some of those techniques later in some of the later sessions. So with that being said, all day we have OPEC meetings. So this is something that's going to be very, very important that you're watching out for. I mean, not only that, the CPI and trade balance coming out from Canada. I mean, Canada's a big oil producer, so they're a big exporter of oil. So they definitely will have some impact to them, whether it be good or bad. They'll be impacted by an OPEC meeting. And you can see that it's saying that it's going to impact all currencies. But I would say it will impact not only all currencies, but the main ones being the US, Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, again, the Canadian dollar, as well as the Chinese yuan and the Russian ruble. But we don't really trade the Russian ruble, nor do you guys trade the yuan, unless you're talking about actually holding it when you're going to that country. Another one of the big ones would be 6 a.m. We have Great Britain pound. Governor Carney is speaking. All right, this is Bank of England. This is going to be a very big one, so I would definitely watch out. Just sit back, sit on your hands. There's a lot of news that's coming out tomorrow in the morning hours for U.S. traders that are going to be probably knocked out and sleeping, at least in the New York. Over on Wall Street, they will be up at 6 a.m. 9 a.m. there as they get ready to trade the open of the equities market. So with that being said, unless you're in positions, I would pretty much take it light tomorrow, be a little cautious, because you do have a lot of news that's coming out that's going to be impacting quite a bit of currencies. After, I'd say 5:30, 6 a.m., you could, then go in, dive on in, except for the Aussie dollar pairs or even New Zealand, if it happens to be big enough. So moving along, we took care of the news. What do we look at? Now, again, in this step, there's a lot of things that you can do to go in, and you can look for opportunities. I've shown you some of the opportunities that I have to offer as far as my indicator, but I want to share with you guys why we're here. We've been talking a lot about this pip talk and these sessions, and I definitely would like to impart on you guys some information and some things that have been helpful to me and have helped me to change my situation, and hopefully they can help you change yours. So with that being said, I'm going to let this load here. And while we're letting it load, we can actually go into a little bit more analysis. So we'll look at some more charts. Look at a couple of pairs, and then we'll actually get into some slides where I could do a little bit of a teaching and go over some of these resources because it's very important that we do go over some of these resources. Now, one of the things you'll notice here on this page, you'll see that we've got a bunch of different columns. We've got daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. This is going to be based on what type of trader you are. All right. Obviously, we talk a lot about trading and pairs and doing analysis on this pair and that pair, but having direction and guidance and knowing exactly where to go and do your analysis is going to be very important, because I'm sure you guys are familiar with some of these different games where you got Pop Goes the Weasel, where they have them at Chuck E. Cheese and different amusement parks. But Pop Goes the Weasel, you end up popping certain little pop-ups and you end up missing the target as it's popping up somewhere else. So one of the things that you can find yourself doing when trading is you're looking at some things that you may want to focus on and some things that you may have found a groove in doing a certain order of things as far as doing analysis, but it may not be moving as far as the market's concerned in that manner or that fashion. The market doesn't move to the beat of our drum, so we have to move to the beat of the market's drum. So with that being said, when we're looking at certain things in the market as far as opportunities, we want to make sure that we're looking for volatility and we're looking at things that are actually moving. So this is why I created the Ringgold Relative Strength Indicator, which gives you a good indication of what's moving and which direction it's moving in. So for starters, I like to hit submit. That way I'm able to get it to restart. And while we're doing that, letting it load, I'm going to take a look here. All right. Okay. So sometimes it does that, but no worries. Just hit submit again. Sometimes you have to reload it if it's been sitting there for a while. So I'm going to click all and type in submit. And let's give it a second to load. There you go. So you can see we've got all 7 pairs. Control F. Now I want to start with Aussie, New Zealand. Okay. So you can see here in the first 4 rows, we don't even have to look at the last one. It's even though it's still going to be the same thing. They're all green. That means we definitely want to be bullish with the high conviction of going long to the upside. So keep in mind that, when there's news, such as the news that we have from China, you definitely want to be careful and cautious, because New Zealand does a lot of trade with China as well. They're pretty close to that region, so it can definitely have an impact. We took a look at Aussie, New Zealand, and you can see that we had a move based on that news there. Kind of clean up the chart a bit. All right. So you can see here, price is pretty parabolic. So in this scenario, obviously we want to be bullish, and we've been very gung-ho as far as being bullish. So you want to look for an opportunity to go long. As of now, if I'm looking at anything, I'm taking a look at this particular area here, and obviously you can see that price action had a lot of trouble getting above that area before it actually shot up to the upside. And what slowed it down? Well, probably end up recycling this if I can. Yes, sure will. I'd say that slowed it down. Let's see here. Moving along. Actually, no, my apologies. I got the wrong one, wrong area. It was this. So you can see this whole little area there as, no, we're talking right above there. Yeah, okay. So we actually shot through there, and this is kind of what slowed it down. Just all this congestion in here. All right. I don't see anything significant that I'd be too excited about as far as shorting. Here's definitely a ceiling. You can see where price kind of hit right here. All right. It had trouble getting through that area. All right. Price slowed it down a bit, and then all of a sudden, I'm going to get rid of that there. All of a sudden now we have this here, which has created a little area of resistance. So both these levels and areas slow price down a bit. And then even there, you have that area there. All right, so as you can see that, we're very parabolic. If we're looking to be long, I would wait for the pullback. Even more so, I don't really like what I'm seeing here on this one too much. Aussie yen, kind of the same thing. Let's try Aussie yen. Looking to be bullish on this one. I could, you could. Nice little uptrend, but I don't really see many buy opportunities here that I like, especially considering, look here where let's go here. So if you take a look at that, you can see that price is also, it's having a little bit of trouble. Last week we had a nice little push to the upside, very, very strong candle as it pushed through this 79.50 level. And then all of a sudden we see that we've slowed down a bit. It's mainly because of this little speed bump here, okay? I don't really feel too excited or gung-ho to go long up into that area. It's even more significant, more prominent down here if you zero in on our daily. You can see that there's just it's a sweet spot there. I'm not saying price can't eventually chew through some of the institutional sell orders that are in there, but because it does have a nice little uptrend, it's pushing to the upside. You can actually see a little trend line that has formed there. Price action broke through. There you go. So she broke through this area there. We had How do I do this? So we have a little bit of a channel there, and you can see the price came in. It bounced off of it, and then rallies up, and you can now see that we're moving into a bit of an uptrend now. So it's looking pretty good on the daily. If it does come back down, it has the top of that channel, as well as the moving averages. Doop, 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 doop. Let's move to some of this good stuff here. I want to share something special with you guys. So for those of you that are new, I want to welcome you to iMarkets Live. Wonderful opportunity. A lot of you guys are probably working a job, and exchanging, your time and effort for income. And one of the things that I've learned early on in my life is leverage. And if you're not building your own dream and leveraging your time to build your dream, that means someone else is leveraging your time to build their dream. So that means if you're not building your own dream, you're probably being hired to build someone else's. Then there's those that are self-employed. The self-employed, they work 35% of the time. Employees work 60% of the time. Self-employed, they work 35% of the time, and they're still working a lot, but they're not really making the best of their fruits of their labor, because yes, they're probably making good money and not working for anybody else, but they're spending all of their time growing the business and running the business. This is the left side of the quadrant, okay, if we're familiar with cash flow quadrant. Now, if we get to the right side of the quadrant, the BNI side, okay, we've got business owner and investor. Now, I've been on each side of the quadrant. I've been in each category, so to speak. And when I was very young, I started out as an employee working at Togo's and Starbucks in my early years in high school. Then I became self-employed and worked and owned several different businesses in several different industries. But then I've now settled on being an investor. One of the things that an investor is able to do is they're able to have passive income and passive residual income. They've got money working for them, and they have an unlimited income potential. There's no ceiling on the amount of money that you can make. So that means that 5% of the population is investors, but they make 95% of the money, while 95% of the population does a lot of the work, but they make 5% of the money. So one of the things that you guys have probably heard about is you've probably heard about different opportunities to invest, but one of the largest markets in the world where I've gotten my start from, initially I started trading stocks and I moved into futures, but then I settled on Forex because Forex is the largest market in the world, and it allows a person to be able to get in with a small capital requirement and do great things. So you've heard a lot about me. I'm labeled as a expert in the Forex market, but also a blockchain baron. And I've done a lot of different things in the industry. One of the innovators shaping the future of blockchain technology and finance, as a banking revolution advocate, internationally recognized as a financial industry strategist, been named as one of the most influential people in banking and a top Fintech influencer, a widely published author of many books and articles and blog posts on trading illiquid assets as well as cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. And I continue to contribute, my technical knowledge and commentary to not only the crypto industry, but you as traders in the trading community. I'm a frequent speaker at different conferences on the topic of trading Forex, cryptocurrency, and illiquid assets. I've appeared in many publications such as NASDAQ, Forbes, et cetera, you name it. There's been a lot of different things that I've been able to do, but the beautiful thing is I'm able to be here now and share this vast knowledge and wealth of knowledge with you guys. I've done a lot of different things in my time, but one of the things that I enjoy the most is doing lectures and educating and sharing and paying it forward as far as the information that I've learned and being able to educate those that are are looking for an opportunity to be able to take their cell phones and turn it into something more than just something for surfing social media, so to speak. So what is Forex? Forex allows you to trade one currency for another. You may be familiar with foreign exchange and exchanging currency when you go on a trip. You know, one may go on a trip to Europe, and if I'm heading over to London, I'm going to exchange my US dollars for European dollars. The euros are used in that country. They use dollars as well, but you may be find it a little bit easier to navigate around in commerce out there and buy things with euros. So as soon as you get to the airport, before you get off the plane, you go to one of the currency exchange dealers and you'll exchange your currency for the currency that's the native currency, in this case, the euro, and they have what they call a currency exchange rate. Now, currencies are currency pairs that fluctuate based on the strength and weakness of a particular currency. That means that every one of us, we're actually holding currency. We exchange currencies for certain things like goods and services. You may exchange currency for gas when you're putting gas in your car, or you could be exchanging the US dollar when you're trading in the futures market. One of the things that makes Forex very lucrative is, again, a low capital requirement, but it trades 24/6. Some would say 24/5, but depending on where you are, you're able to take advantage on Sunday as the market opens on Sunday in Asia, or Sunday, which is their Monday. So it's 24 hours a day, unlike the futures market and the equities market. Futures market happens to be about, you could say, 23 hours a day, whereas the equities market is only roughly 6.5 hours a day. Now, with that being said, Forex is also the largest market by liquidity. It's got so much liquidity it dwarfs the futures market and the equities market combined. It's $5.3 trillion traded per day. It means you never have to worry about getting a fill or being stuck in a position, unlike being in some of these currency pairs, the cryptocurrency pairs, where you can't really find that much liquidity or volume or open interest when you're trying to get out of a pair, or even a penny stock for that matter, where you might find yourself stuck in a position. You don't have to worry about that when you're trading in the currency markets. So you can also trade on any device. And this is one of the biggest things I'm going to show you guys is a lot of the resources that we have here at iMarkets that you can take advantage of to be able to go ahead and do your technical analysis and look for opportunities that not only come from pros, but are vetted by you, because obviously if you do take a trade, you want to make sure that the trade meets your trade plan. So with that being said, what is iMarkets Live? Well, one of iMarkets Live's mantra is to educate, enrich, and empower. So with that being said, we do this with the Forex market and combining it with a wonderful business opportunity. And we'll talk about the business opportunity a little bit later, but this first and foremost is your own business as an investor. And it's important that you educate yourself as an investor coming in this market. One of the things that you have to understand about trading and trading education 101 is risk management, and understanding that it is a zero-sum game. That means that there is someone else on the other side of your trade. So when you win, someone else is losing, and when you lose, someone else is winning. The money is siphoned from your account into the account of those who are trading against you. So trading is a zero sum. It is a transfer of money from the accounts of those who don't know what they're doing into the accounts of those who do know what they're doing. So on behalf of those of you who do not prepare and come into our market and think you're going to be able to make money, we thank you, because you're probably going to be on the other side of one of our trades. So this is the mantra of a lot of big Wall Street traders and hedge fund traders. And again, it's also the mantra of myself. If I'm trading, I want to make sure that I'm educated and I know who's on the other side of my trade. So we teach you how to look for where the banks are trading and institutions are trading and be on the right side with them and be on the other side of the novice traders. Because obviously the novice ones are the ones who don't know what they're doing, and they're giving up money to the big banks and creating liquidity for the banks to get out of their positions. So the company was founded in July 4th, Independence Day in 2013. And we've got world-class Forex education as well as software. And we're going to go into the software a little bit further, but the software is one of the main reasons why I came to the company and I decided to be involved with the opportunity. We'll get into the management a little bit, but the management, Chris Terry, he has done some great things, some amazing things with the harmonic scanner, as well as swipe trades. We've partnered with each other to do Pip Talk and bring the market to the market Pip Talk, which is my twist to the market, where I'm showing you guys live trades and live opportunities. But one of the biggest disclaimers is past performance does not determine future profits. Also, we're not giving the entry types or the order types, shall I say. The order types are given inside the IML Live TV, as well as to those that are subscribed within my network. All right, so if you are on my team and in my network, then you will get access to what types of entries that we are using for these particular trades that you guys see on Facebook and on Instagram and on social media network. So that being said, we're in 120 different countries, and we provide this information, this education to you guys in multiple different languages. So this is something that's very, very important. The leadership of the company is second to none. You guys are in good hands, as Chris Terry is a professional trader with over 25 years of experience. He's traded in the markets such as the equities market, the futures market, and as well as the Forex market. And he's done lots of different keynote speeches at many trading events and expos, such as the Money Show. He's been featured in many trading journals, exposés, and trading magazines. And he's also done a lot of work with some of the top traders that have been featured in Market Wizards. So this is just a short list of some of his accomplishments, but now he has brought the two worlds, trading and direct selling, into one vehicle here that we see, which is iMarkets. And him and his wife Isis De La Torre, they've done some very, very phenomenal things, and I'm happy to be a part of the family and the network. And the company is only growing and expanding. They've recently brought on Kyle Lowe as well as Brandon Scott, and these guys are only going to help things get even better. We've got Alex Morton. Alex Morton is a whiz. He's been in the network marketing industry for a very long time, and his brand alone brings a lot to the IML community. And Ivan is one who heads the Latin America division, and he's doing a great job. And all of these guys together, along with your Brandon Boyds, David Iamontes, and the rest of the guys out there that have helped grow this thing into what we see today. Hats off to them. I'm just now coming in, getting into the opportunity, and I'm grateful for the opportunity because they've taken what I've been doing for years, and they've making it a very easy model for me to be able to do what I do best, and that is educate and bring knowledge to you guys, because sharing is caring. So with that being said, moving on. So what makes IML unique? Well, the results with the services, obviously we're not going to say that they're guaranteed. Just like anything else with investing, it's not guaranteed. But we don't handle your money per se, but we provide education in multiple different languages in multiple different countries. And we've got a lot of different resources that help you with the analysis, helps you with your trade entries and exits, as well as notes on the trade. So again, the objective is to empower you with education that hopefully, if you guys follow the plans, it can enrich you and change your life. So hats off again to Chris Terry for creating such a wonderful academy, which is my next topic here that we'll bring to light. IML Academy. There are so many different videos inside the IML Academy. We even have Stephen Lindor. He's the IML Bounce Back group inside of Facebook. He's got several different videos there. We've also we've got the guys in the IML Web Analyzer group in Facebook, and then we've also got the group that I head, which is the IML Pip Talk on Facebook. Those groups, you can all go in, make sure to join those groups. But we have several different videos in those groups. Those videos are available to the people that are in those groups and involved in the chats. But obviously, those that are inside the IML network, you get access to the many different videos, and there's more added regularly. These videos are going to go from beginning level to intermediate to advanced. And we're even talking crypto knowledge, binary information for trading binary options, and more. So it's one thing to have the information there just to go through videos. It's another thing to have experts there holding your hand as they guide you, show you how to implement what you've learned. So you won't find anywhere else where you've got over 75 hours, all these different videos in different languages, and different instructors around the clock giving you information inside IML TV. It doesn't matter, where you are in the world. There's going to be somebody there on the clock giving you information to be able to help you to navigate through many resources that we have here within the network. So one of the things that I love, and probably one of my favorites, is the harmonic scanner. This is one of the things that we had first when IML first came out. The harmonic scanner is something that is used around the world by many banks and institutional traders. And these patterns are like fulfilled prophecies when it comes to trading. And trading is again, it's just a bunch of people behind these trades that are making decisions to buy and sell based on their own analysis and their own interpretation or perception. And with perception being reality, this is how trades are fulfilled. Now, since we don't look at volume, because the market per se is decentralized and there's no central location for us to be able to track volume, one of the things you can do is you can use technical analysis and different chart patterns. A variation of different chart patterns will definitely help you to have a higher degree of success as to what the market's going to do next, because a lot of traders that are professional traders are looking at these different patterns and making their trades based on these different patterns. So with that being said, the harmonic scanner, it does the work for you in being able to plot these Gartleys, the crabs, the bats, these different ciphers, different patterns that you will see in the market that will give you an indication that the market's going to be heading to the downside or moving in an uptrend to the upside. And when you have that indication, it's tipping you off, giving you an alert that's telling you that a pattern is just formed. We're also giving you the entry points where you're able to hop in with an entry and an exit, as well as a target. And this is something that is extremely powerful. I mean, if you've got a full-time job and you're not able to be there to be able to do the analysis, imagine the analysis being done for you. Okay, for those of you that are a little bit more advanced, I'm talking to you traders that are a little more advanced, that are tired of doing all of the analysis, and then you find that you're missing the trade because you're doing the analysis on one chart, and then all of a sudden the opportunity happens to come and already materialize, and then it's gone, and the ship has sailed, and you've pretty much missed the opportunity because you were doing analysis as you were charting your harmonic patterns on another chart. Well, all of that is done. This here will take care of all the heavy lifting for you so that you can come in, set your trades, and then go look for other opportunities or go do something else on your leisure. Okay, so one of the things that we like to also say, another good acronym for IML, is in my leisure. I want to be able to set this stuff up so that I can be doing what I love to do in my leisure. Okay, so help me help you. One of the things that we help you with here is the analyzer. The web analyzer is another powerful tool. Okay, being able to go in and look at the market. This is something that you can use not only on your computer, your laptop, but also on your phone. You're analyzing the market and looking for opportunities before you go in and pull the trigger. So it's a custom platform, and it's just built in-house by our programming team. So you're able to receive precision trade setups as soon as they are found. And you can combine this with your trade strategy, find entries and exits based on doing your analysis with the web analyzer. Okay. One of the biggest things that you have to realize is a lot of this stuff, when you're trading in certain markets, it costs for the data. If I'm trading in the equities market or in the futures market, I've got to pay for these data feeds. The broker is going to charge me for the data feeds, especially in futures. There's a COMEX data feed. There's going to be an ICE data feed. If I want to get the currencies, from the ICE Intercontinental Exchange, I'm going to have to pay a data feed, split separate data fees for that data feed coming from that particular exchange. So with that being said, having to be able to do your analysis on the web analyzer, or to be able to get these daily swing trades from master traders like Christopher Terry in the night owl sessions, this is vast knowledge at your fingertips at a fraction of the price that you guys are going to be paying from other academies, other resources, or the data feeds that you're paying in certain markets you may not even be using at the time while you're learning and have your training wheels on and learning to actually trade in the markets. But one of the things that I say is one of our more popular products is the daily swing trades, as well as the night owl sessions. So you're diving into real-time opportunities with a 20-plus year market veteran. So this platform, it allows you to learn and potentially earn with long-term swing trades. And the reason I say learn and earn is because when we're talking swing trades, these trades are there and available for you to take, even if you weren't there on the session. If I'm talking about taking a trade on a shorter time frame, such as a 5 or a 15-minute time frame, which is really not even condoned if you want to take trades by my recommendation, because the spreads are a little bit too wide and it requires you to be very quick on your feet for new traders. So I would go on the higher time frames. But if we're talking about the shorter time frame trades, these trades are going to come and go relatively fast. If you're given a signal, it's really not going to be there for the long term. But trades on your hourly, your 4 hour, even on the daily, these trades are going to be there for a very long time because it takes a long time for the candlesticks to form. So if you happen to miss the session or you miss the signal when it was immediately given, you can still take the trade a couple hours, sometimes even a few hours, even sometimes days after the signal has been given. So this is one of the big advantages to choosing to be a swing trader. Also, one of the big advantages to being a swing trader trading in the Forex market, because a longer term trader has a better advantage of being able to take advantage and profit when trading in this market. Again, you're not competing against the algorithms that are coming in and arbitraging in and out of their trades before you can even push the button to get in and enter. And swipe trades, one of the ones that I really, really love is swipe trades. It's a very good resource, especially for new traders, because I'm talking about trade alerts that you're getting on your phone. We're giving you both the entry, the target, and the stop loss. It'll even give you the size based on a smaller account. If you've got a larger account, you just add some zeros. But obviously, we recommend starting out smaller, okay? Now, again, past performance does not determine future profits, but we've had some pretty successful trades that have came out from swipe trades. Okay, so you get these trade alerts. You're able to then go into Web Analyzer, and you can put the trade alert in the Web Analyzer as you're waiting for an opportunity. Now, with that being said, you're just copying and pasting a lot of this information. And it doesn't require trading experience, although we do recommend that you go into the iMarkets Live TV and get some trading experience and learn how to utilize these tools. You can also get in here into these sessions and Pip Talk with me, your very own Mr. Wall Street, and I'll be going through these different resources with you and showing you guys how to take advantage of these different techniques. But this can definitely, with dedication, perseverance, and some time put in, it can definitely help you to supplement some of your income. I know some of you have been taking opportunities like Lyft, Uber, and looking for other side jobs, but this can be something that you can add in that allows you to work from home. And we'll also talk about another opportunity shortly here, but let's talk about one of my very own favorites, my baby, Pip Talk. Pip Talk is exclusive trading community where it allows you to connect with IML students as well as educators together. And again, most importantly, your very own Mr. Wall Street. I'm there most of the time narrating and doing a lot of the commentary. I'm also hosting a lot of the trades that you see out there in social media. But you get updates from your favorite educators when you're inside the IML community and you're logged into the actual platform at imlpiptalk.com. For those of you that are not signed up to iMarket, you definitely want to make sure that you get a part of the community, because you have to be a part of the community to be able to take advantage of all of these different resources. So you definitely want to make sure that you're there. You can get a more personal learning environment and one-on-one approach when you're there, able to have a discussion, chatting back and forth with an educator. But again, most importantly, I'm yours truly there to guide you, hold your hand. We're going to be going over different topics. The more you guys are inside the sessions with me, I'll be doing polls and asking you different questions about what you want me to go over, and from there we'll cover those topics that have a majority vote. But obviously, the training and support, it's at your fingertips there. IML app, you can download the app. And again, you've got personal mentorship. This is one of the biggest things that I would say that pushed me over the hump, was having Oliver Velez, Chima Beery, Tim Pursuit, Rick Wright, Sam Seiden, Chuck Fulkerson. These guys, they all took me under their wing, and I was able to learn a vast knowledge of the markets and take that information to the next level, to higher heights. And it's built what you see today, and now I'm paying it forward by sharing this knowledge with you guys. And you should thank Christopher Terry, because last but not least, Christopher Terry, another mentor of mine, he's done great things with this company, and some of the things he's done in the network marketing space are second to none. So happy to be under his mentorship as I learn more and more about direct selling, network marketing, and this space. But my expertise, my experience comes from the financial markets. So I just give you guys the goods, give you guys information, and share from there. But nowhere near compared to what Chris is bringing to the table, as he's brought this wonderful vehicle. So hats off to him, as we thank him. But he allows you guys to take advantage of this opportunity here. So claim your financial independence. Start trading now. What are you waiting for? All right, there's nothing that should be holding you back. The only thing holding you back is yourself, okay? So we have the Platinum package. This is complete Forex education with the $425 value. If you combine the IML Academy, Markets Live TV, the Harmonic Scanner, daily swing trades, and swipe trades, it's $425 monthly value for just $145 a month. It's a $225 one-time fee. It's $145 a month. Okay, for the Platinum package. And there are optional add-ons, such as, like I said, we've got swipe trades, we've got Fusion Trader, Web Analyzer, as well as some of the other products. One of the things that you can do is you can pay a little bit more. I recommend that you pay a little bit more for these resources so that you bundle it in and you're getting a good discount for bundling it in. All right, but just keep in mind that these are the resources that we're going to be utilizing inside the webinar. So it's very important that when you're inside the Pip Talk sessions, that you have these resources and you're able to utilize them, and questions may arise. So we'll be there to be able to assist you and answer any questions that you might have. So just keep that in mind. Now, one of the things we do have is we have a scholarship program. It's the 2 for free, okay, where you can get free access to the products and resources. All you have to do is just share the concept with 2 people that you like, trust, and respect, who you would think that would get value from what you've seen here today, and we'll waive your monthly fee. Okay, all you have to do is give them your unique customer referral link that can be shared to others to register. And when you refer 2 paying customers, your upcoming subscription fee is waived. There's no restrictions. Your subscription bundle is also waived, no matter what package your referrals purchase. Okay, so there's no specific package that they have to purchase. As long as they subscribe, as long as you refer 2 people, your tuition is paid. It's now free. So I would say take advantage of the offer. I mean, it's definitely something that you guys would not want to miss out on. Forex has changed my life. I've been able to do a lot of things trading in the markets, and it gives me the freedom to be able to work when I want, where I want. And a lot of us were conflicted or restricted, shall I say, to a 9 to 5, and conflicted in building someone else's dream and not following our own dreams. This allows you to take that dream of yours and actually be able to follow it, all right, instead of having it on the shelf. So with that being said, what you get prestigious leadership, world-class products and education, dynamic platform for any situation. There's unmatched support and culture with a passion and vision that is like no other. We're here to educate, empower, and enrich, and hopefully, with your help, I lead you to the water, but I can't force you to drink. So let your money work for you and live the life that you always wanted to live. So how do you get started? Big question here. Claim your financial freedom, but big question is, how do I get started? Well, one of the things we've done is we've made it very simple. All you got to do is just go to imarketsalive.com/Mr. Wall Street. In order to get access to the special promotion, definitely make sure that you put in /Mr. Wall Street. Or you can just click join now in the offer that you see that popped up on the screen, and it'll take you directly to the link. And from there, you will see that this opportunity, this wonderful, glorious opportunity, it's not available to any and everyone. You must use the special referral link, as we don't let anybody into the special club, because trading is not for the faint of heart. Okay, there's going to be initially a road where you're going to have to learn. Think about it. If you want to be a lawyer, you got to learn. You got to go to school before you learn the craft and get in the courtroom. If you're going to be a surgeon and do open heart surgery, before you actually get in there and do an actual surgery or perform surgery, you're going to have to go in and perform some surgeries on some cadavers. So it's the same thing with trading. If you want to learn how to be a successful trader, you're going to have a professional take you under their wing and mentor you and guide you and show you exactly how it's done. There's a lot of resources out there, you guys, a lot of information out there on TV that you'll see from Kramer and different news outlets, a lot of different things you may find from Amazon or at Barnes & Noble as far as trading information and trading resources. But if you don't have anybody to kind of guide you and show you the fast road, the shortcut, you'll find yourself hitting your head against the wall and making a lot of mistakes that could be avoided if you had the right mentorship. Whereas now they see 95% of people end up failing or in investing, and this is why they hire advisors of sorts. But we give you guys the opportunity to be able to take what is changing lives around the world and hopefully help it to make a difference in your world. So it's always a pleasure to be here with you guys. Until next time, it's Mr. Wall Street giving you the pip talk, the talk that you love. Signing off.